Now, earlier in today's show, I alluded to an original Holden that's going to simply blow your mind. Well, here it is. Welcome to today's show. How are you, Andy?
I'm great, Fletch.
That's good, mate. Andy, this would have to go down as the biggest chunk of I've ever seen. With all due respects, though, I'm amazed how it's even staying together.
Yeah, that it does. It's Holden built them strong.
Yeah. I mean, you hear of cars that park by the ocean. I think this one parked in it.
Yeah, pretty much. Or at least very close.
Absolutely. This car is, in fact, so unique it deserves its own walk-around commentary just for a moment. It's the first car ever on Classic Restos that's literally been pulled from the bush and driven. It is absolutely amazing. There's really not one sound section on the entire car, no matter where you look. The passenger side, the sill is virtually missing with no rigidity whatsoever. Passenger side floor pan is also missing as well. The dashboard can be moved on and off the firewall. We move into the back, don't get too excited because nothing improves. It's still the same. The original belts would probably hold a couple of kilo if you put any pressure on them. The rear quarter, Swiss cheese all the way back. You can see the gusset inside of the frame of the car. Even the centre of the hubcaps are missing, which is absolutely incredible. Around the same side here doesn't get any better, and when we look in this side here, there's a factory piece of wood. Well, I don't know about being factory, but there's a piece of wood helping to support the seat. Around the driver's side here, it's amazing. Actually, the steering wheel's still there, which has just got to be a bonus. Everywhere you look on this car, and no matter what angle you look at, things are bad. We look at this guard here, it's original, and it's just, you can move that, you can flap it like a piece of paper. We look down inside there, you can see all the rust, and where the hinge had to be put onto the inside there, the door had to be modified, and there's a piece of metal here that's come off as well. It's in a very, very bad way. It should also be some inspiration as well, that when it comes time for your project, never give up. We look up close, there's so much air in this car. You've got a bucket of rust. Now, are these pieces going to go back into the body for when you restore it, or what?
When I get older and like to get into jigsaw puzzles, I figure that could be a good one to look into.
Absolutely. You've got a shirt here that says HQ Restoration Supplies. You obviously aren't supporting that company.
Oh, I like to think I am in some ways. This is, in fact, a work in progress. So when we get a little bit more spare time, we'll probably launch into a restoration project on this one.
I've never done an interview with someone where the dashboard moves on the firewall.
Yeah, that's a custom feature of it.
Andy, it's a pleasure interviewing. This car takes the cake. Someone came up to me today and they said, Fletch, what's the best car here? You can't answer that. There's no such thing as the best car. But I will say this is the most different car I've interviewed. Now, before we go, Andy, I've got to ask you, what company is it insured with?
Shannon's, of course.
Of course, they'd love to insure this.
Oh, for sure.
And what's the brand of oil on the 173?
It is Penrite Oil.
Oh, there you go. That's what's still going. See, he's saying all the right stuff. Mate, thanks for being on today's show.
Pleasure's all mine, Fletch. Thank you very much.
Thanks, buddy. One special feature about this rusty HQ wagon is that it does have its original books up on the dashboard, which I think is a brilliant feature. This car is in fact so good in the rust department, it has rust on top of its rust. And they say Ford's rust, but hey, we're not allowed to say that. There's a lot of blokes here today that have got feelings. Fletchy's verdict on the car overall, I reckon just weld a plate in and the rest will buff out, no problem. I don't think the serious stuff is going to happen for quite some time yet.